Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozenman, and today we're continuing on with some Binding of Isaac. We're going to do a Maggie run because we've just unlocked her as a character. And Kirsty down first floor. Gotta love it. Really? Let's do it. I took a whole heart's worth of damage, taking a half a heart damage. I forget how much Maggie starts with, because, you know, I don't read rules or anything else as well. You know, we're just doing so well at the start of everything, aren't we? And I have no way to gain the heart back, but I do want the damage that this item provides, so I will probably end up taking in the hit to get it. Defense drone, there we go. You know what, I like to live life on the edge. Maggie starts with 4, so I should be on 1.5 hearts. That should be half a heart. But you know, I just don't do well anyway with games. I do joke that I'm bad at games, but I generally tend to have terrible luck more than it is actually me being bad at games most of the time. Just because I'm an idiot. And I won't do stuff most times to try and minimize the risk of bad things happening. And we get underwear. There we go, let's drop down. But yeah, what do you mean, what you gonna do, right? I'm an idiot. I'm allowed to be an idiot. Oh, and we're on. Oh, we got. Do we like use the charge? Maybe I don't know. Or maybe spikes take only half a heart of damage, rather than a full heart. I was always in the belief that interdimensional baby. Thank you. So I picked a character that doesn't have any damage by themselves to then basically pick up no damage items in a run. You know, it's all those years of watching Northern play Binding of Isaac that I think I come to the terms with the idea, the fact that I don't know how on earth I get any sort of good luck in games. Because I have seen that man play terrible runs and win them like we wasn't even trying. And then I end up getting terrible runs, but I never get the out that he does, and most of it's down to my own level of skill. I'm not going to deny that. Okay. First of all, we're going to do this here. So we get the bomb. And the chest. Next, we'll try and get the spirit heart here. We got a bomb and a key. With the bomb and a key, we'll go here, maybe get a secret room. No. Binky! Thank you very much. The main thing I was looking for was the spirit heart, and the best way to get it was from the random item, or from a golden chest. So I just have to kind of pray and hope. And a tears up, I'd rather have lots of tears and no damage than no damage and no tears. If we're gonna nitpick. Because at least with lots of tears, I can get a semi-decent tear effect, like a semi-decent chance tear effect or something like that, to actually do something, and maybe I'll get lucky that way. Ah, there we go. That's what the fence drone does. It shoots shielded tears to help me out. I'm going to put money that that is going to ruin me and make me dodge in a weird and awkward pattern one day. But to be honest, it's probably the best orbital thing I could get. Gemini, not bad. Not bad. But yeah. Now, I'm enjoying playing like all sorts of other games at the moment. It's been kind of nice. You know, I will never be good at them, so I'm happy with that. See, this is kind of where I wish I had like more speed or something. I don't know why that seems to like shoot the miles. I had a trap there. I got him here. There we go. Squeezy. Into a deal with the devil. The virus will take that. We'll take that. And we'll take Guppy. It is a Guppy item, that's the only reason I'm taking it. Because, again, like, I got tears, got a bit of damage, so it's worthwhile as well. You know. Curse of Darkness. You know, because why not... You know, why on earth would you want to give me a non-curse room floor, you know? But yeah, like this game now, I probably would say that if it wasn't probably for what I picked up there, I probably would be playing terribly. So if I took an extra hit, this is where the game probably would be going downhill. Luck down, like I had any to begin with. It's like, well, screw you, game. My luck was terrible to begin with. Even when I had 1 luck. Or even 0 luck. Just making me have worse luck is not going to make any difference when it's already this bad. Ooh, not bad. If I do have a bomb as well, so we can pick that up. Another black heart. As long as I don't lose it, that is. That's kind of a lot of money. But again, we'll just wait here. Because I want to see if I do need it first, is the kind of like topical question. I can't fly. I would like to find the item room before we face the boss. Yeah, we'll try it. Oh, come on, really? I mean, the fact the fuses on those bombs were, like, precise enough for it to bomb into the direction I just happened to go. I moan about it way too much. I should stop. But if I didn't moan, I wouldn't be me, and then if I'm not me, who am I really? You know? You know, I'm like the classic British person that moans about the weather. And that's all I know how to socialise about as well, is talking about the weather. Well, I did say I wanted high tiers and no damage, so... Using the bomb here is fine. It's 15 coins. If I get another key or something, then that's grand. If I don't, it doesn't matter. Highly unlikely we're going to get No, I mean, we do have a key, don't we? Yeah. What am I doing? We never get another key. I was thinking keys for bombs that my brain was not functioning. Let's go and see what is in the item shop. Another spirit heart. Or do we take the 9 volt? I think, yeah, we take the battery, don't we? To store a charge. Like, it's not great, but like if I get a better health item, then it could be like really epic. I would really like my bomb back, please. This is probably the worst one to fight with soy milk tears. But, you know, I won't complain about it. I'll just complain that I want my bomb back so I could maybe finish this fight quicker. I think that's probably about the only thing I would ever complain about. I would like now is piercing shots, to be honest. That's the only other one I would like. I guess we'll take the screw, and then we'll go down. Because piercing shots will at least, you know, stop the knockback of the soy milk tears, which is fine. I can deal with that. Okay. I'm gonna say that was probably some of the best dodging skill I've done, like, ever. There are people that would know me and be like, that's not me playing. Did you hand, like, the controller over to someone else? Or did you know someone with... It's like, did you get Invictus to play for you there? Okay, we took a hit. Terrible choices. You know, defense drone, you should be doing your job. I shouldn't be taking those stray hits. Yeah, I just really realised with interdimensional baby that I've got like such the shotgun of shots I can make just by like standing still for a bit. It's fine, right? Ooh, that's pretty good for this 4. We shall spend no keys. But yeah, had a bit of a nice weekend. I've got a week off that I planned to kind of just chill out and spend away from work, because after everything that's going to happen over the next week, get it all sorted, I think I'm going to feel absolutely drained if I can get it to work or not. So if I can't, then it's just going to be eh. It was just quicker to take the hit on that room, I think, more than it was anything else. Go in this room anyway. Greed fight. I will say I hate greed fights when they happen, because they always seem to happen at the most like inappropriate times. And to be honest, I would prefer if the greed fights were like if you spent like so much money that you get a high likelihood of, like, if you're like holding so much money or something like that, like you have an increased chance of having a greed fight. So it incentivizes you to spend money or something. I don't know what the mechanics are behind it, but as I said, I don't spend most of my time trying to figure that stuff out. I just play the game. I only do when there's a big benefit to it for me, and if there's no benefit at all, or at least not one that I can visibly see, I completely forget about it. We need to find the item room. And by God, he's done it. Whoop. I am getting better at dodging those. Is it because I got more speed? Maybe it's not because I got more speed. I mean, it's clearly got nothing to do with Conehead it is, because it gives us a spirit heart. Yeah, it's clearly not... It's got nothing to do with the skill that I have, because, you know... It is not the first place I would end up going. Good virus. Poison him. Dark Matter does give me fear, and I'll also level that up. That does give me the conjoined transformation, which would be absolutely hilarious if I end up getting it, but I'm going to leave it. It is not damage, even though I got like a massive damage debuff at the moment with Soy Milk Tears. But if I can stack loads of damage, that could go away. That is a room that's very enticing. I am very tempted by that room. I would like something that would just do like fixed damage or something like that, maybe? See, this is one of those rooms where it's just like, I wish I had piercing tears, because the knockback is the worst bit of this. Is the fact you get like a shot lined up, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna go like, and move that minion so far out of the way of your tears that you will never hit it after like the first like 4. And because you've got no damage, then it takes ages to fill the rooms out. Or clear the rooms out. And what is it with all the exploding enemies? Like, come on, man! Just stop with the explosions! We don't need explosions! Into the shop we go. We'll put a bomb here. Up our deal with Devil Chance. I will take the Spirit Heart here. Okay, Mr. Me. You are slightly more useful than the heart, as it stands at the moment. As you can, I think you can cross gaps and get me stuff. But yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to the time off again. It has been a while since I've actually had like some proper time off to relax, and I've only had like a few days here, there, and everywhere because of the corporate mindset that I've always been put under, and it's always existed in the back of my mind of like, oh, I can't take holidays because that means we'll never get the work done, and it's a really hard habit to get it's a hard habit to get away from when you've been kind of just like brought up by it, like in all senses of the word as well. Like it's not just like, oh yeah, it's just like, you've had a bunch of bad managers and stuff that kind of put you in that mindset. Oh no. I've been put in that mindset by my parents. And they would put that into that mindset by bad managers. Slight difference. Not much of a difference, just slight difference. I remembered having discussions on whether like But it was one of those funny things. Like whenever there was like a school day, on a school day, and it snowed, you were praying that your teacher was the one that lived so far out that they would never end up making it to work. Like you were just hoping it was them. Come on then, Bombo. Oh, bum friend. I guess he's just as good. And it was always hilarious when they couldn't make it in. But then it's like, you look at it now as you get older and the legalities of that, it's a really weird thing. Like, it is extremely frustrating. Especially when you work in, like, retail or something as well. And you're like, my job doesn't pay me enough to risk coming in to work, you know? It doesn't pay me enough either to deal with that sort of rubbish. So I just won't. And then people are like, oh, that's just bad work ethic, you know, like, you're not really kind of loyal to anything else. Like, why would I be? I work to collect a paycheck. You know, if my job can't pay me any more money to do things that they want me to do when it's not part of my job description, why would I want to go out my way to help them out when they don't help me out, yeah? Nah, I've had, like, good employers to a certain degree. They've had their nuances and they've had their issues and usual stuff like that, and you know, it's not unavoidable no matter where you go, unfortunately. There's always something, even in a really good workplace, you kind of take the small sacrifices and the small wins wherever you can. Yeah, but trust me. Nothing's ever as bad as some of the other places I've known people work in. And even, sounds silly, even after I left, some of them were terrible. Like, that's what you gotta realise. Like, sometimes the workplace you work for is absolutely fine. The moment you leave is the moment that everything seems to come undone because they realise they took you for granted when you were there. And suddenly they can no longer do that, so they've got to basically start treating everyone like rubbish to try and think, like, well, why couldn't you do it before? And I kind of use this as an example on sort of workforce management. So the modern day workforce as it stands at the moment is a bunch of people doing a job which is probably about, you know, we'll say the job description is every day you have to come over and you move a boulder like 100 meters or yards, whichever region equivalent, doesn't matter what the distance is. The fact it's 100 makes it easier to understand. That's the main thing, yeah? That's all I care about here. So you think, oh, okay, you know, that's pretty easy, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and then you notice, like, in your workforce and your friends, your groups, stuff like that, there's that one tit decides that, you know what, I don't want to move at 100, I'll move at 99. And normally what ends up happening is say, a good manager or stuff like that would come over and they'd reprimand that person for, say, not doing the full job, because it means that at the end of every day the whole quota isn't filled. So that happens a few times. Guy doesn't get fired because they don't really want to hire someone else, because it does cost quite a lot to hire someone else. So even if they're performing a terrible job, the fact they're still performing the job is kind of like, yeah, I'd rather just keep them on, because keeping them paying, even doing a mediocre job, is cheaper than buying someone in, replacing them, and then having to spend more money to train that person that may not even actually stay on to replace them in the first place. Hence the labour issue and whichever stuff goes. That's where you got to make sure you realise this sort of stuff. But, oh yeah, with that, I can get him to steal an item for me, can't I? Jumper cable is nice. Go get the key for me as well. I would like the key. And the bomb while we're at it. Why not? Steal everything from the shop, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Me. So anyway, they don't get rid of the guy, and they reprimand him several times, and nothing ends up having going about it. So this is an issue that a lot of companies end up being in or under at some point, because they just either can't get rid of the guy, because they still need him to production, and what he's doing technically isn't bad enough for him to be fired, even going through the process. So normally something like this, they go through the process, like, 3 strikes and you're out, or whatever is applicable to your jobs or stuff. But this is what ends up happening. So we all know the guy. We've all experienced this person that exists in that workforce that barely does the job, but still managed to do enough of the job to not get fired, even though he spoke about it like 100 times while they've been working there. And sorry, I keep saying it's a he, but it could easily be a woman doing it. We're equal opportunities here. But anyway, so we're going on to that front. So that person then realizes that they can't really be touched as far as their job concerned, so they don't bother doing it. So people in the workforce get really frustrated by it, so on and so forth. And eventually you'll get one innocent person. Now, this innocent person feels like they're just making sure that they're not going to be behind on work, and this is the problem. And if you're this person, stop doing it and just do your job. This is not to have a go at you or anything else as well, but it's making you realize the impact on what you're doing when you do these sort of kind gestures thinking that they're harmless when they're not really harmless. And what that one person will do is they will go up to that person, well, they won't go up to them directly, but they'll realize that person isn't doing that job, and they'll decide, you know what, as a team player, as someone that's been raised correctly or whatever, I am going to go over there and I'm going to do that extra 1 unit. We're now going to have a problem. Try and no-hit mom, let's go. I will try to help out and make sure that we get the work done, because that's what's more important at the end of the day. And like, yeah, well done, great, good for you. Issue is now management will think that everyone is now capable of doing the 101. So what you've done hasn't actually helped things, it's just made everything a lot more unproductive. And because they realize that you'll do it for this salary, that lowers the value of the job to be that salary. Now, like time-wise, I got hit by that. Like time and efficiency-wise, goes straight out the drain, like completely. So now, not only have you got to deal with this lovely workforce that basically doesn't want to turn around and do any work, everyone else now is doing essentially not quite double, but in most cases is doing extra work, so the gap between the lazy people and the people that are doing work now seems to be double, because your management's like, well, if he can do 101, why can't you do 101? And it's because like he's doing it because he's an idiot, and you're like, well, that's not an excuse for you not to do it, right? So you think, oh, then fine, the people start then doing it, so it's easier then to reprimand people for not doing the 101 because someone else is doing it. That hand has got me like 3 or 4 times. I was so close there as well. But yeah, that ends up happening quite a lot. And then you find that, okay, then what happens is then these people that end up leaving are the people that said, no, I'm not going to do the 101, I'm just going to do 100. They get reprimanded, like, well, fine, I'll just leave in this toxic work environment. They quit. The person that's doing... Oh, that's 1 heart hit. The person that's doing the 99 out of 100 work will still need to just stay because he's not getting fired because everyone else is quitting. So then you have a new team that comes in. They're told the standard is 101, and then they're like, okay. And then, they think, okay, so that's what they end up doing. They do the 101. They realize that this one guy that is... I thought I avoided that. this one guy is actually doing 99 compared to that, and he knows he's doing 99, so at this point now he's realizing, like, you know, they complain about it, he gets a few reprimands, stuff like that. He's not going to leave, because, like, why would he? He's having the time of his life at this point. He's just being an a-hole. So he's absolutely loving his day at work. Every time he comes in, he can barely do any work, and then what he can do is he can do less work because someone else spoke to him about it and said, you know what, fine, I just won't do any of my work. And then those people get more and more frustrated. They'll start talking to other people, being like, okay, well, we need to, like, kind of, like, try and do his work so we don't fall behind on projects and stuff. They end up doing his work. They're all now doing, say, 102 to his 98, or whichever random percentage margin you want to turn and do, and this basically will continue until you get one person that's basically doing half the work and someone else is doing basically twice the job that they come in for, and they realize the pay disparity. Then those people leave, and then all you're left with is, like, really inner. I thought I dodged that as well. I'm having a terrible running its mum. Yeah, you just have a workforce then. It's just, like, so polar on two ends of the spectrum on, like, what they're capable of doing. Someone who's barely doing any work, and then people that are working about themselves into the ground. But then the management won't fire anyone because the cost to replace someone is diabolical. Doesn't matter which way you go about it. Even from a business standpoint, you don't really want to replace someone if you can get away with it. I gotta stop standing in front of those doors now. Straight away I get hit by Mum's foot. Give me a black cart. Just one. That's all I care about. Oh, the tower. Why not? Let's just go in and blow the room up. But yeah, so this is kind of like how the industry... Oh my god, I'm doing terribly. how the industry kind of got into the position they're in now, right? Where a lot of workforces and stuff just don't have the staff that can function properly. They keep terrible staff on. You're thinking, well, why is Dave still here? Dave barely does anything. And then when they do get good people in, they're like, well, why would I work here? Like, I'm being paid to do like 3 times the work I would do elsewhere. So like, it's like the real issue that is kind of going on in companies most of the time. And then when they do fire some people, they normally fire the people that are probably the most effective. You know? Really? At least you give me some soul hearts. No, yeah, give me a soul heart. Let's go. So yeah, I mean, that is kind of like, it's a bomb to get that. It's fine, it's worth it. Even though I wasted some of the other floor. No, never again. No idea what that does. Thing is, isn't it no held items? But yeah, it happens all the time. Like, most workforces end up being like it, where you have this kind of like duality of really kind of like go-getter, well-efficient workers are ground into the dirt, essentially, because they still employ workers that barely do anything. The only reason they won't fire those workers because they're the only ones that basically stayed around. And then you got the other issue that occurs from this as well, which is one that I might as well mention, which essentially is you have these, we'll call it inefficiency workers, or like, you know, I mean, they are bad workers essentially, or employees, colleagues. That's death. But yeah, that's a shame. Soy milk tears. We tried our best. We did try our best. But yeah, you could have like inefficiency workers training in more inefficient workers, which is a nightmare for any company. But the problem is most people don't want to listen, and they won't pay someone to tell them that either, because like, what are they going to do about it? And you can say, well, I could tell you, I can sit there and train everyone, give you regulations to how to fix all this stuff, but you won't listen to me. And they couldn't afford me anyway, because they wouldn't like the price I probably charge for it. But anyway, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.